Hey guys, today we are going to read chapter 2 of uh, 80 Days Around the World. Okay. An afternoon at the Reform Club. The particular afternoon in October 1872, a conversation arose in the Reform Club that would change the life of Phileas Fogg forever. The news had spread through London. The Bank of England had been robbed of £55,000. The thief had escaped, leaving the city in shock. The newspapers speculated about his identity, though no one yet knew who he was. Some members of the club spoke of the robbery while reading the day's paper. Others discussed the speed of modern travel. New railways were being built in India, the Suez Canal had opened, and steamships were crossing oceans faster than ever before. Phileas Fogg sat quietly, as always, playing whist with his companions. He seemed unaffected by the excitement around him. His calmness made him mysterious, and some of the gentlemen often wondered if anything could truly surprise him. A heated debate. One of the players, Mr. Rolfe, set down his cards and declared, "The world is growing smaller every day. Why, gentlemen, one might soon travel around it in a matter of months." "Month?" replied Andrew Stuart, another member, laughing. "You are too generous, Rolfe. With all these steamships and railways, one might do it in 80 days, or even less," said with sarcasm. The group chuckled, but Stuart's words caught the attention of Mr. Fogg. He raised his calm eyes from the cards and spoke in his measured voice. 80 days, he said. "It can be done." "Done?" cried Stuart. "Nonsense! You cannot travel around the world in 80 days. It's impossible." "On the contrary," replied Fogg. "It is entirely possible. I'm prepared to prove it." The men leaned closer. "You speak seriously, Fogg?" "I never speak otherwise." Then explain yourself," demanded Stuart. The calculation. Without hesitation, Mr. Fogg produced a small notebook, and this is why I think this is a fictional story. Mr. Fogg produced a small notebook from his pocket. Inside was a neat timetable, drawn up with precision. He spoke as though reciting a mathematical formula, listing each stage of the journey with exact times. Then, with calm certainty, he concluded, "Total exactly 80 days." He recited it like a formula. "London to Suez, 7 days. Suez to Bombay, 13 days. Bombay to Calcutta, 3 days. Calcutta to Hong Kong, 13 days. Hong Kong to Yokohama, 6 days. Yokohama to San Francisco, 22 days. San Francisco to New York, 7 days. New York to London, 9 days. The men stared in astonishment. "You forget storms, delays, accidents," protested Stuart. "You count only the minutes of the timetable, not the accidents of life." Accidents, said Fogg. I never plan for accidents. A true gentleman does not waste time on imaginary delays. The routes exist, the ships sail, the trains run, the journey is possible. And this is why you should not take this story seriously, because you should take consideration of, a plan B. Impossible, muttered Stuart. Even if you succeed in reaching India, the rest of the world will defeat you. Mr. Fogg placed his cards on the table. Shall we make it interesting? The challenge. The other men looked at one another. Stuart narrowed his eyes. What do you mean? He asked. I propose a challenge, said Fogg calmly. I shall go around the world in 80 days or less. If I fail, I will pay you £20,000. If I succeed, you will pay me the same. And this is why these men are corrupted. A silence followed. £20,000. It was an enormous sum, enough to buy an estate or fund an entire railway project. For Fogg to risk so much showed either great confidence or great madness, or great arrogance. You are jesting, said Stuart. No, in the least, replied Fogg. Shall we say the challenge is accepted? Okay, here we are. One by one, the men agreed. They were curious to see if this eccentric gentleman would truly attempt such a ridiculous venture. A contract was drawn up and signed. You will leave when? Asked Rolfe. Immediately, said Fogg. Today, October 2nd, at 8:45 in the evening, I shall take the train to Dover, and from there to Calais. I don't know how is that pronounced. I shall return here to the Reform Club on Saturday, December 21st, at the same hour. Gentlemen, mark your calendars. The men shook their heads in disbelief. And this is the second chapter. Follow and subscribe for the third one.